St. Elmo's Fire, Muskegon's 100.9. He can feel it burning. It's 8:24. Andy O in the studio, and we've been promising you this morning some details about this great thing going on here in town called enrollmuskegon.org. It is a great way for you to get up on the education you may have missed, or, sometimes life passes people by a little bit, and things get crazy. But the people of Orchard View, Muskegon, Mona Shores, and Muskegon Heights all have ways to get you that education that you need. It won't cost you a penny. And I have got Stephanie Dodd-Larson and Amber Cahill this morning from the Orchard View Adult Education School, which I was at last week. And I got to tell you what, I was blown away, Stephanie. It is just a remarkable change from what I knew adult education was back when I was a kid. Talk a little bit about your program out at OV.
Well, thank you so much. What we decided to do was we re-energized the field of adult education. We took everything and streamlined it from intake all the way to graduation. And our students are loving it and the changes that we've brought, and we're having great success. But one thing that we do is that we actually do a lot of things on behind the scenes, and we just really wanted to get out and let the community know how we could help them.
Yeah, and it doesn't... Do me a favor, tip your mic straight up.
Yes, sir.
Up. There you go. Get you right in front of that thing. It's tough, I know. But the average person that comes to you to finish off their education, Stephanie, talk about who you normally see.
The average age of my students this year happens to be 23.45 years of age.
Not that you've done the math.
Oh, I do lots of math. I am a numbers geek. We have about 1,400 students that we service each year across all 4 campuses.
Sure.
And if I could tell the listeners now where the locations are
Yeah,
offered.
by all means.
Okay. The Orchard View Adult Education Consortium actually has 4 locations. One, the OV Center, is at 2900 East Apple Avenue. The Muskegon campus is at 571 Apple Avenue. The Glenside campus, 1213 West Hackley Avenue, and the Muskegon Heights campus is 2603 Leahy Street.
So anywhere you go in town, you're going to find a pretty quick walk, drive, or whatever it takes to get to one of these campuses to start to get yourself ahead a little bit. Amber, you're in the front lines of this thing. You teach every day out at the OV Adult Education class. Talk about your experience with the people that are coming in. When they first come in, are they lost? Are they looking for direction? I mean, what goes through their mindset?
Well, every student is different, and that's one of the reasons that OV Adult Ed is so great, is because we can look at each student and talk to them individually, and we take each student case by case. When they walk in the door, I wouldn't say they're lost. I think they probably are at the beginning of finding their way.
Right.
Everybody is a little nervous, naturally, going back to school, but we like to look at their individual strengths and get them started on something that they are comfortable with, and get them coming back to school and hopefully finishing.
Is it the person that had that rebellious sense inside them when they were in high school? I'm not doing it this way. I'm not doing it that way.
We see a little bit of everything, actually.
Or is it just the person that went, you know what? Well, I had this baby when I was in the 10th grade. I had to do this. I had to do that. Now I need to catch up.
Sure.
It is. Sometimes it's even dislocated workers that need to come in and brush up on basic skills because they're finding themselves looking for a different job, and they've been doing the previous job for 18 years, and, hey, what can you do to help me? And we bring them in and help them get to where they need to be for their goals.
Exactly. And everybody has a different story. My oldest student was in his 80s, and he he was just ready to come back. He said, life happened, and it just kept happening, and now I'm ready to get my GED, and that was awesome.
At 80 years old.
Yeah.
Just to say he accomplished that in his life.
He finished it.
It was a void, and they wanted to fill that void. The youngest students that we can take are 16 years of age all the way up to infinity.
Even octogenarians.
You bet.
See, I paid attention.
Yeah.
I know my school stuff. Let's talk about the programs specifically that you offer across the county. What are some of the biggest titles and the ones that people need the most?
The ones that people need the most, I would say that our most popular one would be high school diploma.
What's the dropout rate here in Muskegon County? Do you have, a ballpark idea?
I would have a ballpark idea, but unfortunately it's not coming to my mind at
Okay,
this time.
well, that's fine.
But I'd be more than happy to get back to you. I do know that it's quite high.
Yeah.
I'm always researching demographics and lots of data, and I'd hate to give you data that is
Sure.
behind. The last I looked at was higher than I had expected.
Really?
Yes.
11 years ago, when I first started teaching with Orchard View Adult Ed, I was surprised at the amount of students that I had in my classroom. I had no idea that there was such a need for an adult education. And for a while, we've been Muskegon's best kept secret.
Sure.
And now I think is a good time to say, hey, we're here. It's not shameful to come back to school. It is an awesome thing to be able to stand up and do. And I think it's about time that we get the word out, and we're not Muskegon's best kept secret anymore. People
Right.
need to know about us and come see us so we can help.
It's a never-ending push to get the word out about the work you do and the people that have benefited and all that kind of stuff. People are just overcome by different messages and different things all the time, and it's easy to forget that a resource like this is available.
I think there was a preconceived notion of what adult ed looked like,
Right.
And we came as a team and just shattered that view. We
Yeah.
are a true learning community. Learning is fun. We are very productive. I think that our students will come to us with any kind of need because the trust is there.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of time is spent in the classroom, and a lot of time is spent building relationships.
And lunch is good.
Lunch is good.
I know lunch is good. I came out to tour the place last week, and as we were talking, and I got a grand tour of the place, Stephanie had made goulash for lunch, and I went, oh, my God, that sounds so good. And being polite, I was like, no, I'm not going to hog somebody's lunch. She showed up with a bowl of goulash, made my day. That was all I had to eat that day.
We like to do things for our students
Sure.
because it's cold, and everybody needs to eat, fuel your brain.
All right, the programs now. What are offered at the programs at these different campuses? What can people come back and tackle?
You can come back and tackle your high school diploma. You can come back and tackle your GED.
Yep.
You can come back and brush up on your basic skills. So even if you have graduated but you feel a little bit behind in math or perhaps the subject area where you'd like to brush up a little bit, that's available to even graduates.
Yep.
That's when I was speaking to dislocated workers, etc. You can go to our Muskegon campus on the old Angel facility,
Okay.
and go receive ESL, English as a Second Language.
Okay.
Very phenomenal teacher. Honestly, all my teachers are great, and that's why the students come.
One of the things that when we were talking a little bit about this last week, when you brought up English as a second language, I kind of flashed back to the Stripes idea. You remember when the guy was trying to teach English to all these people? And I mean, it's really not like that now.
No, our ESL
It's okay, you
teachers
can laugh. You're just on the radio, That was a funny thing, and it was, you know what? It was very stereotypical of what adult education is, and I bring that up because you guys are the polar opposite of what people have in their mind as far as adult education goes.
We are not a sterile museum-like environment.
Right.
We have energy. There's a pulse behind what we do. We also are connected with workforce development, so we're able to assist our students from degree completion to finding a job. They're coming in, visiting all 4 of our campuses, getting our kids connected. I call them kids. They I'm very protective of them.
Sure.
So what I should say is my adult learners.
Well, I mean, but regardless of the age,
Right.
you're in the education business, and
Yeah.
it's your job to take care of the kids. I mean, that's fine.
The one thing that I think sometimes we take for granted because we've had it for so long, but it's been recently marketed as a newer thing, is virtual learning. We do have Edgenuity, which was formerly known as E2020, and we educate a lot of our students online that way.
So they can either come to the school or get their learn on online.
Correct.
Yes, but I do make them come in to stay accountable.
Sure.
So because I don't want them to say, yeah, I'll take all these classes and then I never see them again. Plus I have a specific way that I schedule because I want to make sure that they're accountable.
Do you see how her eyes change as she starts talking about the specific ways she schedules for accountability?
Yeah.
It's important because a lot of people don't understand that. They really don't understand accountability. They don't understand that they have to be at a job every day at a certain time. They have to stick around to do something that they may not like a little later on. There are always things that are going to pile into your accountability that unless you practice them, you're going to skip through life thinking that it's not you, and the reality of it is it's all of us. We're all accountable for these type things.
Yes.
And I don't think it's hard to get them to come in either for accountability, because they like to come in and I like to think they like to tell us what's going on in their lives, and it's the the person to person, face to face type of thing that we're really good at. And
we have a lot of sparkle.
Yeah, we're so real, and I think it's hard to find, especially now in some educational environments, just people being real.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
And we want people to come and get their education with us.
We do.
Well, it's available at Orchard View. It's available at Muskegon, Mona Shores, and Muskegon Heights. That website is enrollmuskegon.org, right?
Correct.
And this is absolutely free.
It is. There's a little video that kind of removes a little bit of a mystery
Yeah.
to what adult ed looks like, which I think is cool. And you can even click a button to schedule a consultation, or you can fill out a form and tell me exactly what you're interested in. It comes right to my inbox, and I get a hold of you right away.
That's it. On the spot.
You bet.
Get your butt in here. Let's get you straightened out and on the right way.
Let us help you.
Great program, you guys. Thank you for coming in to talk a little bit about the opportunities available to people here in Muskegon. And again, it's one of those things, if it's not out in front of people all the time, they tend to forget. And it's an important thing not to forget about. Adult education. We'll put more up on this, and you can you can go. I know you two are both big Facebookers.
You know
Yes.
it.
So when we get this thing around, you spread that link and let everybody see your big appearance here on the show. You should see it. They were doing selfies. They're like, let's get a picture of Andy. And I'm like, God, really?
I have a great photo of you, Andy.
Love
I
it.
doubt that. There has never been a great photo of me taken, and I'm going
I
to stand
got
by
one.
that till the day I drop. Stephanie Dodd-Lars and Amber Cahill, thank you so much.
Thank
Best
you
of
for
luck.
having
And,
us.
and
Thank you.
they can sign up anytime for these classes. Is that correct?
Anytime.
Anytime.
We have even evening hours. We're open Monday through Thursday from 8 in the morning until 7:30 at night. This is at the OV Center, and on Fridays from 8:30 until 12:45.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome work. Stephanie Dodd-Lars and Amber Cahill, thanks so much. EnrollMuskegon.org. If you want more information, we'll have it all up online at MuskegonRadio.com in just a couple of minutes. Stand
What's
by.
Muskegon's 100.9?